This afternoon, the minority in Parliament is demanding the removal of special petroleum taxes imposed on petroleum products from the 2022 budget. This is according to the ranking member of the Mines and Energy Committee, John Jinapo, who would provide some respite for Ghanaians suffering from agonizing high cost of fuel in recent times. John Jinapo insists the increase in revenue from the country's oil sector makes it untenable for government to maintain the taxes, outlining a number of interventions to deal with recent hikes in fuel prices. The Yapekusogo MP observed that the minority will use legitimate means to compel the Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta to dance to their tune.
The Chamber of Petroleum Industry and all the other players have indicated that they have not received any official or formal communication from the MPA. This is a complete insult to Ghanaians, as it demonstrates government's lack of sincerity and seriousness towards mitigating the suffering of the citizenry. Ladies and gentlemen, a critical look at the price build-up of petroleum products at the pump would reveal that levies and margins alone accounts for almost 20% of, almost 40%, I beg your pardon, let me take it again. Taxes and levies alone accounts for almost 40% of the final export price. Ghanaian businesses cannot even plan properly due to the unbridled and unprecedented fuel price increments, which is fast becoming the order of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, the attempt by government to blame these hikes on world market prices is untenable. A critical look at the 2021 budget would clearly reveal that following the energy sector levy, recovery levy imposition of 20 pesos and the introduction of the sanitation and policing levy of 10 pesos, as well as increments in fuel margins, fuel prices witnessed a colossal increase of 12.48%. This cannot be attributable to world market prices. When you increase levies, when you increase taxes, when you increase margins, and it results in almost 13% rise in petroleum products, that cannot be as a result of world market prices. The minority, taking cognizance of the worsening situation and the incompetence being exhibited by this government, has taken the pain to proffer some concrete and cogent suggestions on the way forward as far as the petroleum sector is concerned. We believe that, besides criticizing, we should also proffer suggestions, especially as a government in waiting. It's only proper that we do so. Point number one, we hold the view that the special petroleum tax imposed on petroleum products must be suspended in the 2022 budget. This will provide some respite for Ghanaians from the agonizing high cost of fuel at the pumps. Why do we make this claim? If you look at the 2021 budget, the benchmark petroleum price was pegged as $54.75 per barrel. Today, as we speak, the world market price has risen to $85, representing an increment of 55%. So if you take what we projected and what is actually happening, it means that petroleum prices have increased by 55%. As a net exporter of petroleum prices, we have done the computation and we have come to a conclusion that from the initial amount of $800 million that we were projecting to receive, we are likely to hit $1.2 billion by the end of the year.
This year alone, fuel prices have gone up 8 times, with the most recent being a 7% increase at the pump. The GPRTU says it will absorb the recent increment, but that's only if government completely scraps or reduces 6 different levies on petroleum products. We'll hear from the General Secretary of the Union, Godfred Abobira, shortly. But first, let's look at how the increment has been over the period. And I have this for you, fuel price trends in Ghana cities, and from 2015 to 2021 as at October. We start from 2015, and if you look at the two colors, diesels, blue stands for diesel and the mauve color depicts petrol prices. In 2015, you had diesel going up with 2 cedis 77 pesos and petrol 2 cedis 64 pesos. In 2016, it went up by 3 cedis. It went up to 3 cedis 67 pesos per liter. That is diesel. And for petrol, it went up to 3 cedis 67 pesos per liter. In 2017, 4 cedis 46 pesos for diesel, for 1 liter of diesel. And for petrol, you purchased it at 4 cedis 46 pesos. That's in 2017. In 2018, it went up to 4 cedis 93 pesos for diesel and 4 cedis 93 pesos for petrol. So at that time, in 2017 and 2018, you had petrol and diesel selling at the same price. In 2019, petrol up to 5 cedis 35 pesos and diesel 5 cedis 35 pesos as well. In 2020, we came at 4 cedis 74 pesos, and for petrol, you paid 4 cedis 74 pesos for that commodity. In 2021, you paid 5 cedis 47 pesos and for diesel, and then 5 cedis 51 pesos for petrol. That was in March 2021. So you realize that fuel petrol price had gone a bit higher than that of diesel. In 2021, as at October, you realize that it has come back to par, 6 cedis 8 pesos per liter of diesel, and you pay the same for petrol, 6 cedis 8 pesos, and that's how much you pay at the pump. On the 25th of October alone, that is how much you're paying, 6 cedis 8 pesos, both for diesel and petrol. Now, between 1st and 11th March of 2021, you paid 5 cedis 51 pesos for diesel and 5 cedis 48 pesos for petrol. Between 16th to 28th February 2021, we paid 5 cedis 8 pesos for diesel and 5 cedis 1 pesos for petrol. Between 1st to 15th February, we paid 4 cedis 95 pesos, both for diesel and petrol. And between 16th to 31st January of 2021, you paid 4 cedis 95 pesos, both for both commodities, diesel and petrol. And from 1st to 15th January, 4 cedis 86 pesos for petrol and diesel. Fast forward October 2021, you're paying 6 cedis 8 pesos, and this is what is upsetting the GPRTU. It says as long as these taxes exist, the consumer will bear the brunt. Let's now broaden the conversation and bring in an energy expert, Kojo Poku. I'm grateful for your time, Kojo Poku. First, it was GPRTU pledging to absorb the recent increment only if the government completely scraps or reduces 6 different levies on petroleum product. Now is the minority calling for petroleum levies to be scrapped. I think we should listen to the GPRTU first.
We just want to make an appeal, and then this time around, not to request for the fair increment to meet the fuel prices, but that government should look at it in a different angle and then see whether they can remove some of the taxes we have shortlisted on that letter, saying that some of them need to be reviewed or to be scrapped off. On that letter, we had mentioned this energy sector recovery levy.
All right.
We had mentioned the MPPF levy, POS levy, and then this toll recovery levy. We have about 6 of them we have shortlisted. About 6 of them. We thought the government should look at it and then see. So if at all some of them cannot be scrapped completely, but their margin should be reduced by the person that they are charging, should be reduced. So that letter is yet waiting for the response for us to know when we have to do. Realistically, we know that when government removes all of them, it will also have an effect But we, like we heard me say from the beginning, we just don't want to just have that old conventional way that when the moment fuel price goes up, then we increase our fares. And one thing is that the moment fuel price goes up and then fares are increased, it affects almost everything in Ghana. Even a food seller by the roadside will increase. So that's why, looking at the current situation in Ghana, we just don't want to rush to increase the fares, but rather to see whether we can take this approach and then to extend our period of negotiation to see whether at the peak point the government will listen to us.
Whilst you're waiting to hear from government, you're saying you're having this meeting with your members. And so what is the conversation you're going to be having with your members?
Yes, we are going to discuss basically in case government doesn't respond to the letter, what happens?
All right.
And then if we're going to increase the power margin, how are we going to do it? And then basically concentrating on the consequential effect of the increase of the fare, whether it will affect our business or not.